afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Leveling Up podcast. I am your host, Megan Fraser McGrogan. Leveling Up is in partnership with the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce, and today's episode is extra special because we are here live at our 2019 Business of the Year Awards. We are so excited today because we are honoring 15 finalists and will ultimately unveil our 5 winners, one in each category. Before I get introducing my guests for today's show, I'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsors for today's event. And if you're here with us live at the event, you can also check out the sponsors on the wall to my right. We'll start off with our platinum sponsors, Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, First Source Federal Credit Union, StaffWorks, Masonic Care Community, Rising Phoenix Holdings Corporation, BSNY, McGrogan Designs, New York Sash, Visual Technologies, PJ Green, MBT Bank, Saranac Brewery, Majestic DJ, the wonderful voice of Steve Karbowski, who you heard earlier today, and also our chamber supporters who support the chamber year-round and everything that we do, Advanced Media New York, Gilroy, Kernan & Gilroy, and Mohawk Valley Health System. How about another round of applause? So I would also like to thank our wonderful staff at the Chamber for putting on today's event. They would like you to applause. Up here with me is the lovely Angela Militello and Casper Kuda. And, of course, Joanne Mox is up front along with Colette Oran. So thank you very much for all of your help and putting on today's event. And without further ado, I'm going to get into introducing my 2 guests who are going to join me up here. So I would now like to welcome to the stage Daria Helmer, our chair of the board from Gilroy, Kernan & Gilroy, and also Steve McMurray, who is the chair of our Publicity and Events Council, and he is also from WKTV. Daria, Steve, please join me. All right, so Steve is not really used to being in the hot seat here, right? Yeah. But if you guys watch the show, Steve was my guest a couple of weeks ago, and we actually unveiled our finalists on the podcast. So hopefully you guys have seen it before. And of course, Daria is our chair from Gilroy, Kernan & Gilroy, and Daria is kind of new to being in the hot seat, right, Daria?
Yes,
you have to turn the mic
new.
on. So we're really excited, again, to bring you guys a little bit of a different format. And again, if you haven't checked out the show, this is how they typically go. We have a little bit of a conversation and get to know the guests on the show. Except for today, we're getting to know all about our finalists. But what we usually do in the beginning of the show is we chat a little bit about other things that have been going on with the chamber and in our area. So we thought we would share a few things with you guys that have been happening. So I have the first one. So we'll talk a little bit about an event that we do called the Jingle Jam. I know the Catalyst Group is up front here, and they're really excited to announce what they raised for Jingle Jam. So we have raised this year $2,688 for Operation Sunshine. So congratulations, guys. And so this event is a nice happy hour event that they put on. It's in its 5th year, so they're really excited to put that on. It's a great opportunity for young professionals to come out in the area. Sorry, my mic's cutting out a little bit.
Magic of live TV.
Yeah, right.
Nothing ever happens like this, right? Yeah. Kathy, Steve Ventura, right? Nothing ever happens. It's always picture perfect. Everything's great.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy, 2 mics. My husband's cringing. So yeah, Jingle Jam, it's a happy hour event, like I said, in its 5th year, and these guys do a great job planning that. So congratulations for an awesome event. And what else has been going on? We've had a busy week, I feel like.
Very busy. We were at Bank of Utica. They hosted Business After Hours, and Tom Sinnott wore his beautiful Christmas suit. It's great. Thank you, Bank of Utica.
I'm switching mics. Okay. I know we do have a group here from Bank of Utica, so thank you guys. And I brought all the toys that everybody brought to donate. This morning I was on Talk of the Town. They do the Stuff the Bus campaign, so thank you to all of you who brought toys to that event. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, I'm next, right. Okay, we have a few people who just came from a really important event that just happened downtown. MVHS did their downtown hospital groundbreaking this morning, so Darlene and Patty are with us. So congratulations to the hospital for that. That's awesome news. And I also wanted to share with you guys that I have been announced as a member of the local planning committee for the Downtown Revitalization Initiative. That's that $10 million, that little bit of money that we got awarded with. So that is very exciting to our area. And if you're curious about what the DRI is, you can join us next Wednesday, the 18th, at the Thinkubator. There's actually going to be an open house to talk about the DRI. Maybe if you would like to apply for a project or you just want to know what the process is, you definitely can come check that out. Again, next Wednesday, 4:30 to 7, and we will be sending out an email to all of you to invite you to that. So, let's see. And we have a really exciting event coming up on New Year's Eve.
That's right. First time in downtown Utica. Again, kudos to the Bank of Utica folks for spearheading this along with the city of Utica. A New Year's Eve celebration right in downtown. They cut the ribbon officially the other day at the business after hours for the new Bank of Utica, although it's been around for many, many years, but the revitalized Bank of Utica, and that's going to be the cornerstone of the New Year's Eve celebration. So before you make your New Year's Eve plans, please check it out. It's going to be a great, great night. New Year's Eve hosted by Barry Sinnott from Bank of Utica and, of course, Megan McGrogran from the Chamber.
Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of fun. So thanks for asking us, Barry. And yeah, we're really excited about that. And for all of you who are complaining about the weather, come on. We live in central New York. Get out a nice puffy coat and some warm boots, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I promise you that. So Daria, and then why don't you tell us what we have coming up in January?
So on January 21st, Mida Lighting is hosting Business After Hours, and anyone who knows Max Cohen knows it'll be a good event, for sure.
That is true. So that's a little bit about what's been going on. So we do want to get into our process for how we put on events like this and why we feel it's important to host events like Business of the Year and also Business Person of the Year. So I'm going to have Daria turn it over and talk a little bit about the board's participation, and then Steve will talk a little bit about what we're looking at for Business Person of the Year.
A lot goes into preparing for this event, especially going through all the nominations. It's so hard to choose finalists because we have so many great businesses and organizations in this area. Really gets honestly stressful when we have to go pick the winner. So we're very excited. So thanks to the board.
All right, Business Person of the Year is one of the next events we're talking about, and we're looking for nominations, and that's very easy to do. You can go on to the Chamber's website, which of course is greateruticachamber.org. That's greateruticachamber.org. The most recent winner was Tom Clark from Adirondack Bank and McDonald's and various other projects. So great event we had here back in November, I believe. So we're looking for nominations for that. So certainly go ahead and do that. You know, it's important that we do events like Business Person of the Year, Business of the Year, which is what we're doing today. It recognizes members as individuals and as businesses and organizations, and it celebrates their successes and their accomplishments, but also it educates the community at large on their achievements, both personally and professionally. So these events are very important. It's not just a chance to get out and network, although that is just as important, but we really want to recognize the great businesses and business leaders we have in our community because we're very, very fortunate for that. So give yourselves a round of applause for that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and something else I want to mention, too, as a staff, when we're getting in all of these nominations, we don't get a vote. But what it does help us do is we get to be able to read all of the things that you guys are accomplishing. And then it's top of mind for us as we're out promoting our area businesses and our members to the community. So I want to just mention that process, although we appreciate your time, by the way, that you put into filling out all the forms, but that process is so important to us because we keep those on file and we're able to reference them and reference all the great things that you're doing. So just being nominated, you guys are getting in front of us and we're getting to see everything that you're doing, and we really so appreciate the time that you take to fill all that out. So thank you very much. Okay, so we are going to segue a little bit into our awards. So we have a lot of great finalists that we are going to talk about, and we are going to talk to you guys a little bit about the criteria for these awards and how we have gotten here today. So we are going to announce our finalists just to be sure that everybody in the room can celebrate and be aware of the finalists. We have a mix of finalists. We have a mix of past winners. We have former board members in the audience. We have our constant supporters. So we just want to identify to all of you who all of our finalists are. So Daria, do you want to kick it off?
Okay. So once your name is called, would you please stand? First, Community Foundation of Herkimer and Oneida Counties. The Root Farm.
Yep, Peter's here. Yep. Okay.
Stephen Swan Humane Society of Oneida County.
Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hospice and Palliative Care. And Munson Williams Proctor Arts Institute.
I need to say the Root Farm again because I don't think they heard me.
Oh, Peter, yeah.
Oh, Peter did. Okay, perfect.
Peter.
Thank you. You got it twice.
Peter, the newer executive director of the Root Farm. So everybody get a good look at it. Deerfield Place Luxury Apartments. I know Erica. Yep. There you go. Thank you, ladies. Hunt Real Estate. And you can't miss them with the branding. Total Solutions.
Okay, and then Rising Phoenix Holdings Corporation, or Adjusters International. Sangertown Square. Staff Works.
Disruption Network Productions, Inc. Universal Bookkeeper Incorporated. And Upstate Empire Fitness.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Let's give our finalists one final round of applause before we get on to the awards. They represent the finest businesses and organizations in our region. And again, congratulations for getting to this point.
So each of these institutions are being recognized for the following: staying power, response to challenges, products, services, innovation, growth within industry, commitment to the region, longevity, community involvement, public service, and business leadership, and finally, Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce involvement. We want you involved, so if you want to be a future winner, please get very involved.
All right, now there are 5 award categories today. First, not-for-profit with 50 employees or fewer, not-for-profit organization with over 50 employees, for-profit business with 50 employees or fewer, for-profit business with over 50 employees, and the Catalyst Rising Business Award. Business must be in business 5 years or less to qualify for this category. I'm going to have Stephen Turnbull of Catalyst come up in a few minutes and explain what that's all about. One of the newer awards we have, but one of the more exciting ones as well. So those are the 5 award categories and the winners that we'll announce in just a few minutes.
And I'd also like to thank Steve McMurray. Steve, thank you. And the Publicity and Events Council, they do a fantastic job planning the event. And also the Executive Committee for helping to choose the finalists.
Yeah, and just there's a couple members of the Publicity and Events Council in the room, so I just want to recognize them as well. Andrea Heath and also Kathy Turner are newer to our council. Our Vice Chair of the Board, Jennifer Osiaki. This is open to anybody in our membership to come and help us at these councils. Publicity and Events, of course, helps plan this event, but we have 3 other councils: Government Affairs, our Small Business Council, and our Membership Council, and that's open to any employee of a chamber member to come participate participate and actively give feedback about your membership. So we'd invite all of you to do so, and those can all be found on our website for the availability and when those are. They're held out at the chamber offices.
Yeah, the publicity and events is the third Friday of every month at 8:45, but I tell everybody 8:30, and then if Steve Karboski comes, he shows up about 20 after 9. So, but 8:45 is the official time, and again, really informal. But we do a lot of planning for these events that go on, and they don't go on. Megan gave kudos to her staff at the beginning, but it's worth another mention of that. This would not be done without the staff at the chamber. They get everything done. It's easy to sit in this chair because stuff gets done, and it's those folks that do it. So, Joanne, Angela, Casper, again, thanks, and Megan, of course, so thank you for that.
Thanks, Steve. So again, everybody had some really tough decisions to make before the awards today, so we just want to thank, again, everybody for their help.
That's right. The finalists should all be proud to be part of this year's class of nominees. As we've said a couple times, it's an honor just to make it this far.
So we always look forward to the process of interviewing and learning about the finalist businesses. This year we teamed up with McGrogan Design to create our 5 finalist videos, one for each category. And we want to let all our finalists know how appreciative we are that you really took the time and out of your busy schedules to sit down and interview with us.
And I know some of you have been to the event before, but if you've never been, we just want to walk you through what you're about to see. So as we play each video, you're going to hear from each of our 15 finalists, but there's 5 categories, so you'll hear from 3 at a time. And then in the video, we will unveil the winner. It will go on to a longer video that will tell you a little bit more about the winner, and we ask you hold your applause until the end of the video, please. And then I just wanted to mention, I know I mentioned it before, and some of these things we sound like a broken record, but really to get to know all of you guys during this process, again with the nomination forms, but then also I try to be there for most of your interviews and really enjoyed going through the footage to see what you guys are all about. And also it helps us to get to know your personalities too. And that's again something that we're hoping to accomplish with the Leveling Up podcast by getting to know you a little bit more and getting your personalities to come out more and represent your businesses, because we're all human and that really just helps us to be more relatable. So thank you again for your time, and I think we're really excited to get to the videos.
That is true. Anybody want to hear who's going to win, or do you want me to talk for another 10 minutes? All right, no.
We could stay here for another 2 hours if you want.
We have the room till 3 and then the lights shut down. Let's hear about all our finalists and unveil our 2019 Business of the Year recipients. There we go. The Business of the Year award recipients.
Thanks, Steve. Okay, so we will now at this time direct your attention to the screens. And first up, we are going to get to our first category, which is the not-for-profit organization with 50 employees or fewer. Our finalists in this category are the Community Foundation of Herkimer and Oneida Counties, the Root Farm, Stephen Swan Humane Society of Oneida County Incorporated. So let's hear from each of these finalists and hear what they have to say about their company and announce our winner.
The Community Foundation of Herkimer and Oneida Counties is a decades-old organization that's based in philanthropy. It takes donors from our region who care about our 2 counties and want to see prosperity and vibrancy in those 2 counties, so they've invested through us. And in the last 50, 60 years, those investments were invested in an endowment, which our endowment for our community is over $160 million today, which is phenomenal for the size community we are. But they've also returned tens of millions of dollars back into the community and grant making to the nonprofits. But today we've really changed to be more of an investor in our community and a partner and a leader. So we've really changed our outlook on the future.
The Root Farm is an affiliate organization, nonprofit 501c3 of Upstate Caring Partners. We're located in Socoit, New York, and we have a budget of around $1 million. We serve individuals of all abilities, cerebral palsy, spina bifida, traumatic brain injury, and then also folks that are on the autism spectrum, so physical disability and intellectual disability. We provide services, and we provide recreation therapy, so separated into horseback riding. We also have an innovative recreation ropes course where we have a 30-foot rock climbing tower and a zip line, and also an adaptive ropes course that sits 60 feet up from the ground, and then we have other elements to the ropes course as well.
Stephen Swan Humane Society's been operating for 109 years. It was originally started as a safe haven for children and animals, and through the years has evolved into a no-kill, largest no-kill animal shelter in central New York. We rely solely on donations, bequests, and fundraising events. We're very proud of being able to take in or give services to over 2,000 animals each year. Every animal that comes through our door receives a veterinary exam, spay and neuter surgery, all vaccines before being rehomed into the public.
Community Foundation has really tried to be an entity of impact and a convener and a leader in our community. And in our future, we really see the organization positioned and poised to lead planning initiatives, really lead nonprofit coalitions to really deal with poverty issues, healthcare issues, those things that plague this community, high rates of poverty, high rates of obesity, high rates of diabetes, high rates of domestic violence are all plaguing this community at record numbers. How can we turn our resources, our partnerships, our leadership into outcomes of impact? We have done so much to change the course of the future for this community. One aspect of the work we've been involved with over the last 3 years is getting lead out of our homes, which is in the paint. And we started a lead-free MV initiative 3 years ago and committed $1 million. This year, the board said, we really need to accelerate this work and go deeper, harder, faster. So they made a 10-year commitment for $5 million to advance that lead work and make sure that we stay the course and see that progress and get those outcomes we want for our community. Some of the other work we've been doing is community planning. We've worked with Herkimer County to get the whole county engaged in, the municipalities engaged in putting a planning initiative for community development, and we're about to launch that at the end of this year, as well as doing an urban vision plan for downtown Utica. The Community Foundation world, there are many, there are over 1,000 in the US, and we're place-based philanthropy organizations. We've traditionally, like I said, given grants, but our organization is really looking at how do we invest in projects that change the course of our community statistics, and those poor statistics I mentioned, like obesity and poverty and education attainment. And we've come up with a concept of an impact center, bringing services, opportunity, even entrepreneur outlets to residents or neighborhoods where there's high rates of poverty, high rates of vulnerable populations. And even on the rural side, how do we bring those services out to our rural neighbors as well? The Community Foundation is poised for the growth of this community. We have made so many changes in so many aspects of our work and how we work so that we are prepared for the prosperity of this community, and we should all be very proud of this community's trajectory. And I think we all should be celebrating, whether we're the honoree or the honored, we're all in this together.
Congratulations again to Alicia and the Community Foundation.
Okay, the next category is not-for-profit organizations with over 50 employees. Our finalists are Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, Hospice and Palliative Care, and Munson Williams Proctor Arts Institute.
We actually started back in 1937 when there was 4 hospitals in Utica at the time, and they came together and formed Blue Cross. Then over time we became Blue Cross Blue Shield of Utica Watertown. I think that's what people are really familiar with. We started down on Hopper Street, moved to Genesee Street, and then moved to our current location, which is in the Utica Business Park. Then in 1998 we merged with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rochester and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Central New York and became Excellus. We cover 1.5 million members in upstate New York, and we are the largest not-for-profit health plan in New York State, and we're very proud of that. Our mission is really to help people live a healthier lifestyle and have access to high-quality, affordable health care.
Hospice and palliative care has been serving the greater Utica area since 1977. Our location is on Middle Settlement Road in New Hartford. We have a 4-bed inpatient unit called the Siegenthaler Center, which serves some of our hospice patients at the end of life. I'm proud to be a finalist for Business of the Year award and recognize hospice and palliative care for this great honor. The community at large is able to recognize the true heroes that sit bedside at the end of life. This team is made up of nurses, our nurse practitioners, social workers, our spiritual care coordinator, and many, many volunteers. It really does take a village, and they all come together at the end of life to ensure that all of the needs of our families are met throughout the community.
Munson Williams Proctor Arts Institute was chartered in 1919 and opened to the public in 1936. It's a fine arts center of 3 programmatic divisions, a museum of art, a performing arts program, and a school of art. And our School of Art has a community arts education program, as well as the Pratt MWP College of Art and Design, which is an affiliation with Pratt Institute in Brooklyn. So we have freshmen, sophomores, about 200 of them living on our campus. And people don't often think of Munson Williams as a campus, but we have 28 buildings on 10 acres right in downtown Utica, and we serve about 150,000 people each year. 2019 has really been a banner year for Munson Williams because we are celebrating our centennial. So it's been a great year filled of exciting events in our school, performing arts division, and in the museum. This year, Munson Williams has launched its strategic plan, a 5-year strategic plan that draws on the strengths of our 3 programmatic divisions to have deeper community engagement and continuing the excellence of programming that we do. I think a lot of people are unaware of the many community collaborations and partnerships we have, from organizations right in our neighborhood, from the Thea Bowman House to the Kelberman Center to Midtown Utica Community Center, the Refugee Center, to organizations further afield. We've had up to 26 different school districts come to the museum for special programs. And we love the thousands of Utica School District kids that come every year for special programs and tours that we offer. It was important to our founders that Munson Williams be located in downtown because they saw the importance of using the arts to offer transformational experiences. So Munson Williams contributes greatly to the quality in life of our area by being the heart of the arts in our community. One of the other ways we positively impact the community is by bringing 150,000 people each year to downtown. We have an $18 to $20 million economic impact on the community. So not only are we transforming lives through the arts, through programs, classes, and exhibitions, but then there is that positive economic impact in addition to the 180 employees that we employ at Munson Williams. Being in the heart of downtown and being among the leading arts organizations in the Mohawk Valley is important to all of us at Munson Williams. And it's through our classes, through our fine arts, and through our performing arts that we feel that we contribute immensely to the quality of life in this community, and we look forward to continuing to do it for the next 100 years.
Yes, so congratulations, Anna and Munson Williams Proctor Institute, and also congratulations to the Institute on your 100th anniversary.
All right. Let's try this again. Check, check. Moving on to our next category of businesses with 50 employees or fewer. Our finalists are Deerfield Place Luxury Apartments, Hunt Real Estate, and Total Solutions IT.
Deerfield Place has offered an inclusive, community-oriented culture to residents since we first opened in 2017. Our community offers several amenities that help residents live a worry-free lifestyle, as well as the opportunity to avoid the costly burdens of home ownership, including maintenance-free living, a pet-friendly community, resort-style pool, private attached garages, resident events, as well as a fitness center. The combination of all of these amenities and the sense of community we offer is what sets us apart from any other housing option in the area. Within less than a year, we've been able to get from 48% occupancy to 95% occupancy due to Utica's economy growing and the influx of new jobs coming to the area.
Hunt is a 110-year-old family-owned company. We're in the fourth generation. It's very unique. We've gone from $0 to last year did $3 billion, 60 offices, and we're always working to provide a platform for our agents where they can grow and they can be productive and also things that help our clients, make things a little bit easier for buying and selling. We are very excited to be nominated for Business of the Year. I mean, it's just a privilege, and to be nominated with some other just super great companies, it's a privilege. It's a blessing.
Total Solutions is a managed service provider. What does that mean? That means we manage IT for other companies so they can focus on what they do best. So if you're a contractor, go contract. We'll make sure that your systems for quoting and doing your billing, etc., all stay functional in place. That's really the core of what we do. Being a finalist for the Business of the Year Awards is awesome. We've been here 21 years. We think it's a great opportunity for us to get our message out, talk about why we are different, or why in our slogan says making IT easy. What does that really mean? And it's a chance to just have people learn about us, so we're excited. So what makes us unique in our industry is that we practice lean, which is a manufacturing process that we put into a service industry. But the most important part of that is Kaizen, or continuous improvement. And my team participates in that every single day. And so it's their input that has made us operate the way we are. But the exciting part for 2020 is we're calling it Lean Inside Out. We're talking to you, the client, and we're learning how to help you lean out the technical aspects of how you interact with us to make those things that you don't like doing, those technical questions you don't like answering, making those easier for you. We've grown our staff by 33%. We have expanded across all markets, so we have no particular vertical, but there's nothing we're not in today. So, from healthcare to finance, we do it all. But the biggest one really is not about that. It's really We added Barbara, my fiance, to our corporate giving program. She's the director of corporate giving, and we've been able to give back over $15,000 this year to nonprofits in our community. And that's probably one of our happiest moments. So lots of cool stuff happening. So podcast, some quarterly meetings that we have. We have our first show coming up for our clients. I like to call it more of a user convention for our customers. So there's a lot of this kind of new media customer interface, and kind of take the engineers that I have and get them in front of our clients. So we're really excited about their input to our product. We support 4 major nonprofits that we work with today, and then other smaller nonprofits. So things like the 11 Amp series, concert series, we do that. Big supporters of our Utica Zoo, because we think those are big community components. And after that, we focus on leadership and lifestyle. So the Center for Excellence in Leadership, we help support them, and do other programs like the YWCA and hospice, things that impact life and leadership. So I don't think people realize just how much cool business is here. Like the things that we make and manufacture here, that's the favorite part of my business, is like, oh, all the logos for Harley Davidson are made in Utica. You know, stuff like that is really, really awesome. But it's also nice to have always been here and now to be part of the renaissance that we have going on and help contribute to that growth.
And Big Mike, thanks for wearing that red shirt. Otherwise, everybody thought we were twins. So, cool. Again, join me in a round of applause congratulating Big Mike and his team at Total Solutions.
Okay, next up is the category of for-profit business with over 50 employees. And our finalist for this category is our Rising Phoenix. My husband's happy about that. Okay, so our finalists are Rising Phoenix Holdings Corporation, our Adjusters International, Sanger Town Square, and Staffworks. So let's hear from our finalists and announce our winner in this category.
Our company started in 1985. It basically was a network of public adjusting companies, 13 of them, 10 from the States, 1 from the UK, 1 from Puerto Rico, and 1 from Canada. They got together to build a network of public adjusting companies, and public adjusting companies handle property insurance claims for the individual, the company, the municipality that has the damage. We assist them in putting their claim together, including their business interruption calculations, and then work on their behalf to make sure they get the best possible settlement.
A brief description and background of Sanger Town Square. We're the only enclosed shopping center within 50 miles of New Hartford. And inside our walls, we have 60 different options for shopping, dining, and entertainment. So that's the main thing that we like to tell people, is it's a place where you can come and get everything done all under one roof. Most excited about celebrating our 40th anniversary next year. Obviously, that's a major milestone for us, and I think it speaks volumes to who we are as an organization, and the fact that we've been able to be open for 40 years and keep our customers happy. The retail industry is constantly changing, so it's a major accomplishment.
I'm especially proud that we put Mohawk Valley and beyond to work. So I looked up the stats, in fact, this morning, and to date, this year in 2019, we have put to work 5,404 people to be exact, and the year is not over. Also, a year to date, since company inception 25 years ago, we've put over 100,000 people to work. So as the company's grown, our labor footprint has grown because we're in multiple markets, and we are the largest independently owned staffing service in Central New York with 9 offices.
We completed the STEP program in Puerto Rico, which is a FEMA-funded program to help individuals get back into their homes just with emergency repairs, not permanent repairs. FEMA was spending a lot of money paying for people to live away from their homes, hotels. They were flying them all over the country. And this program provided up to $20,000 for them to do the basic essential needs for their home: roof, clean out the wet carpeting, air conditioning, board up the windows, everything that could be done, get rid of the mold, to move back into their house more quickly. We did over 100,000 homes. We didn't do the construction, we managed the program, working with 7 construction companies. And it was over billions of dollars that were spent, but we completed over 100,000 homes and got the people back in. That was the biggest program like that ever done, and we managed all that right from here from Utica with 2 joint venture partners. We've really been after the disaster, taking care of things after they occurred. And you could see what's going on around the world and around the country. We need to do more to prevent it from happening, not the global warming, but to make facilities more resilient, to withstand disasters, including homes. And so we're developing services now to offer to basically governments to make their communities more resilient and to be able to mitigate the effects of disasters that are sure to come. We just won another 5-year contract with FEMA through a joint venture, whereby it's a 5-year contract where we will do home inspections around the country for following disasters: floods, hurricanes, wildfires, etc. And having to be able to do that for another 5 years is really good for us. We manage a lot of that right from here. We just announced our Rising Phoenix Fund, which we set up a fund at the Community Foundation last year following the hurricanes of 2017 to be available to grant to communities, organizations that have sustained disasters, because again, the regular funding takes a long time. So we set this up. We made our first grant in the Bahamas. You remember that disastrous hurricane this year. And I never expected that the next one would be here in our own community. I mean, we knew it would happen. We were very happy that we were able to have that. So we've issued a challenge grant for other businesses to step up, businesses in our community to step up and realize that more needs to be done to take care of the people that support us.
Congratulations to Rising Phoenix Holdings Corporation and Adjusters International, to Ron and his team. Congratulations, guys. So now at this time, I'm going to call up to the stage to invite us as an additional guest, Stephen Turnbull from Turnbull Insurance Service, and he is the chair of our Catalyst Young Professionals Group. So welcome, Stephen. I'll give you that mic there.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So we are really excited for this award. As Steve McMurray mentioned, this is one of our newer awards. So Steve, tell us a little bit about the award and how exciting it is for you guys to be able to give this out.
Yeah, so the Catalyst Rising Star Award is for those businesses that are 5 years or newer. And our Catalyst group is really excited to be a part of this again. So for those of you who don't know, if you are a member of a chamber business and under 40, you're automatically a member of Catalyst. So we have many different things we do, from planning events like the Jingle Jam we just had. That was a huge success, to different volunteer hours. So in 2019 alone, we did over 300 volunteer hours in the community. So there's different ways to get plugged in with our group.
Great. And sorry, go ahead, Steve.
No, I was just going to say, the knock on those under 40 is that they don't care about what goes on and they're entitled. But yet, if you see the folks from Catalyst, that is anything but the truth. And the Catalyst folks should be applauded for the work you do for the chamber and the community as a whole.
Yep. And one other thing that I wanted to bring up to Steve's point. So we had the Catalyst group had been doing a Be Local barbecue, they called it, in the summer. And they decided by themselves to come to the chamber and say, we really would like to put on an event to give back to the chamber and the chamber members we would like to get them involved in Catalyst and host an event with you underneath the chamber umbrella, which they are already under, and make it family friendly and something that everybody can come and enjoy. So you guys did that this year. We unveiled our Bank of Utica Chamber Cookout. So thank you for the great work that you guys did with that as well. It was our first really stab in a while at a family friendly event, and I think it went really well. Thanks to your planning.
Thank you.
All right. Floor is yours.
Right into it. So our Catalyst Rising Business category is honoring businesses that have been in business for 5 years or less. Our finalists are Disruption Network Productions, Universal Bookkeeper, and Upstate Empire Fitness.
Disruption Network was formed in January of 2017. We are a podcasting, webcasting company. We produce 11 different types of shows, ranging from sports to politics to comedy to music.
And growing. We also do video production for local businesses, commercial, advertising, social media marketing, things of that nature.
I would like to think that we were like the first of our kind in the area. I've never really heard of a podcasting studio in Utica until we came along, so I think right there we kind of disrupted the norm, if you will.
Had to say that.
Universal Bookkeeper started in 2015. It started as a side hustle for my wife and I, and we were doing it nights and weekends on our kitchen table, and it started to just explode. And over the next 2 years, we got to the point where we decided we had to leave our jobs full-time to do this. Full time. And from there, it just kind of grew even more. We were a Thinkubator company, so we were actually in the very first refinery group. So starting way back then. And since then, we've grown into our own office, and we've got 3 full-time employees, and really expanded our services into like outsourced CFO level work. Beyond what we do is traditionally just remote bookkeeping. We do remote bookkeeping, accounting, tax prep for clients, and we do it all in a virtual setting.
Upstate Empire Fitness actually started as an online training company. We started back in 2012. We were helping friends and family just through our own research, through dieting and things that I had done. I do compete as a physique competitor. My husband had watched me go through a process of getting ready for a show, and he's kind of watching going, man, there's got to be a better way to do this. So he kind of had done his own research, then tried it out on our friends and family. They had gotten lots of progress. Then we started getting more referrals, and at that point we were kind of like, okay, maybe it's time to start like charging people for some of this. It was kind of starting to be another job. A couple years ago, the opportunity to come to purchase Powerhouse Gym. It was previously Powerhouse. We had been members there for over 10 years. It was our fitness home at the time. The previous owners were kind of ready to move on, and we were kind of ready to create, a brick and mortar house for our little family that we had built virtually. So we did that, and here we are about a year and a half later, and things are going really well.
We started the year off with 5 shows, and we are up to 11.
We got some new shows coming up that are really cool. We're going to do a lot more remote stuff, hopefully a lot more live on location, live streaming events, and just more production.
One of the ways we provide service to the community is through Leveling Up, which is in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce. And Meg has local business people on there and community events, and she's doing a really cool thing with us here at the Disruption Network. Goes out live on location often, so we're out there in community events and participating in different activities in the community. So I think we positively affect the community
we're all over the community.
We are.
In that respect. So
we're in the community.
Our
We're in the
shows
mix.
are very local based, very local oriented. We try and promote the area as much as we can. So being in the heart of Utica, and again, going out remote, doing things remotely all over the area. I think we're not just limited to just downtown.
We've raised money for the ARC, and we've done an instrument drive for the Utica School District, and we've raised stuff for the Veterans Outreach Center and the American Heart Association and the American Cancer Society. Relay for Life, we're busy with activities.
Yeah, not only with the charities that we do, but
Stephen Swan Humane Society.
Yeah, like I said before, a lot of our shows are local based, especially EC Radio is all about the area and local businesses and people in the area trying to promote this area. So not only do we give back in the way of charity, but we're also about the area.
I'm completely beside myself being a finalist for the Business of the Year award. I mean, just to be even mentioned in the top 3 is completely humbling. To have this business started 3 years ago and to see where we've grown, it means we've actually accomplished something.
Congratulations to Z and Todd and the team at Disruption Network. And congratulations again to all of our nominees, our finalists, and especially our winners. You guys are the people that wake up every day and make the greater Utica area what it is. We know that you guys put so much work into your businesses and organizations, and we recognize you and support you in any way we can as chamber members. So congratulations again.
How about another round of applause for all the winners? Thank you.
And also, I'd be remiss if we didn't thank Ryan for putting all the videos together. Ryan, thank you, sir.
And I'll be Vanna for a minute. If you look to my right on the wall, thank you to all the sponsors who are listed up there.
Yep. Thank you guys for your support. And I want to thank Daria and Steve. Thank you. We're doing a lot of thank yous. But thank you to you guys for giving this a shot with me and trying it out. Again, this was something new that we just wanted to test out and see if it was a good idea. So we hope you guys all had fun today.
It's really fun.
Yeah. Great.
See a lot of confused faces like, what do we say? Yes? No? What time is it?
Well, like we said in our little voice of God in the beginning, you're either going to leave thinking it was really fun or thinking that we're crazy. So hopefully you think it was really fun. And again, just to remind you guys that you can check out this episode from today. We will have it posted on our website at greateruticachamber.org. We will be sure to share it with all of you so you can share with your networks if you were a finalist or a winner. We would love you to do that. And again, you can tune into the show anytime on Apple and Google Podcasts, the audio version only. And then you can get the video version again on our website on disruptionnetwork.net or on YouTube. So we hope that you guys will check out this episode and future episodes. The next one will be on January 8th if you want to tune in. Again, that's at 1 p.m. So I am going to close it out now. So usually for the show, we would tell you about what's coming up with the chamber, but we've already done that. So I will have Tim just put up our slide congratulating our winners again. And also, I started a little tradition a couple years ago. If people who have been around a little bit know I was on maternity leave during this event and came back for it. So I shared a picture of my son. I wasn't going to do that today, but my husband just happened to send me a really awesome picture when we were getting ready for the event this morning. So that's my little son, Peter. We are teaching him how to cheese for the camera, so that is a very big cheese. So from my family to yours and from our chamber family to yours, we certainly wish you a very safe and happy holidays. We hope that you'll see us in 2020. And again, please join us for New Year's Eve because we're really excited to be a part of that celebration with the bank, and we hope that you'll come down to celebrate our whole area and the great downtown that we have. So with that, we will thank you again for coming, and please have a safe ride home.
The group winners stay after for a quick group picture. For those of you going back to work, enjoy. If you're not going back to work, cocktails are on Ellis D'Elia. So there you go.
Thank you again, everybody. And again, we hope that you enjoyed the event this afternoon.